Hey everybody, my name is Garin and this is CitizenDiplomacy.net. I'm on a mission to talk to one person from every country in the world, and today I'm talking to Husam from the West Bank. I had spoken to Husam once before, and Skype kind of took a dump on us as it tends to do, so he was gracious enough to redo the interview with me, and I'm really glad he did because he's got a super unique story as somebody who kind of straddles different cultures and different narratives, as he says. He obviously has his own opinion, but he's such a diplomat, in the fact that he kind of keeps his eye on the bigger picture and just tries to, I don't know, just give people the opportunity to see the world from other people's eyes. So he's a cool guy. I'm glad, that I got the opportunity to speak to him twice, and hopefully it won't be the last time. So here's Husam from the West Bank. So I don't want to rehash too much of what we talked about last time, but there's a few parts of our conversation that I want to make sure people get a chance to hear. And one of the things that I really liked was how you were telling me about your work as a tour guide and how you do the joint tours with an Israeli guide and then you.
Okay, but is there like anything specific or?
I don't know. Maybe you could just tell us about your work and I don't know what your motivations are for doing that.
As I mentioned earlier, I do my work as a tour guide, and the fun part of it that it was strange at the beginning, but then I started to enjoy it more and more. Where I work with other Israeli guides, who's very well. He's very knowledgeable about the situation, political, history, archaeology, same as me. And that creates a really good dynamics that allows me as a person to have better understanding of the Israeli narrative, and I think it allows him also better understanding of the Palestinian narrative, which I believe in a way the ability to understand those narratives to be able to realize the current behavior where it came from makes it easier maybe to find a kind of a common ground for both of us to work for a common goal also. We hope that will be carried to people all around to be to start realizing and understanding the two narrative or the multi narratives of the Palestinian-Israeli conflict, which will enable them to approach it in a more meaningful and productive way.
Yeah. And that's really interesting how you said that, it's powerful just for you personally, not even just the people that you're working with, the tourists, but just for you, getting to work with that.
Yes, that's for sure. It's like a continuous daily learning when I'm hearing different stories, and each time a new story pops up, and sometimes I work with different guides, so it helps me to keep learning all the time, and I think it's the same for him or her.
That's really neat.
Yeah.
I was talking to somebody a while back, and I asked him something about he makes movies, and actually he's making one in Palestine right now. He's from Belgium, and he has a friend who their family was displaced, and I don't know where he was born, but he's Palestinian, but because of his documentation, he kind of was without a home for a while, and he became a Belgian now. And for the first time, he's able to go back to Palestine and see where his family is from. So it sounds like it's a really cool story. And I made a comment about how he's educating people with his videos. And he said, no, I'm not educating anybody. I'm educating myself. And if people want to follow along and learn in my process, then they can do that. But I'm not trying to tell anybody else. So I don't know. It's kind of interesting how maybe that's the same thing as you, how you're educating yourself. And
well, I think it's both. It's like a personal education, but also I don't want even to use the educating the other, but unable them to see things in many different ways.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's the phrase I will use, not educating.
Yeah. Are people that do your tours, are they usually like really surprised? Do they see things they don't expect, or do their opinions change pretty dramatically?
For some, yes, it changed their opinion, the way they see the situation. They come with an idea, a perspective, and it starts to move and shift all along the trip. It's not necessary to go to the right way. We don't have control over which direction that the things that they will see it, how it will change their perspective. And besides, there is always surprises, and sometimes I don't have a clear example, but sometimes like there is small things I don't even pay attention to them. It made a lot of impact on the group. And usually they come and they say, you know, when this happened or that happened, that was the peak for us, the moment for us. Gosh, I even wasn't paying attention to it. But it's always interesting because you're dealing with different people, and always different things comes up, and it influence them, shape them in a different way.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's what makes it special for us, because the program we do, it offers a lot of things, a lot of exposure in a way to many things in the Holy Land, unlike any other tour in the area. So we are always sure that in a way or another, people will be influenced, people will be changed, and I think usually to more productive, positive place than they were before. At least that's the notion I usually get from almost all of the groups.
Yeah. Well, so if somebody watches this and they say, wow, that sounds really fascinating, but I can't go to Palestine. I don't know, do you have any, I don't know, are there certain things that, you could tell people, any experiences you could share or stories that you can tell that, I don't know, to kind of just give a little bit of an idea of what the real Palestine's like, aside from what we see on TV?
I'm not sure what kind of things they will share.
Even like, we hear about the settlements and about all this conflict and stuff, and it sounds like a really rough place. And here I'm talking to you, and you're in your house. It looks like you have a nice house, and you're with your family, and it's peaceful, and that alone might be a surprise to some people.
I agree in that sense. It could be, and I keep saying I'm not sure how to say it, but the chances of me being dead in Chicago may be much higher than being dead in Palestine. So in general, it's safe. Yes, there is conflict, there is oppression, there is occupation, but it's not in a sense like that violent. People walking in the streets and killing each other. That's not the case. It's not. It's very safe for internationals. A lot of internationals are living in Palestinian areas. They come to visit, and they spend time, weeks and months, sometimes working with local organizations, and they feel really safe. And I never heard about one single incident of not just attack, harassment. It barely happens. But that's the thing I could share, and people are outgoing. Depends where you're living in West Bank, where you're staying, but each area has its own specialty and loveliness in a way, wherever you are staying. Whether it's conservative area or more open area, but still each area will give you something special. That usually it's attractive, and it's lovely especially for tourists coming from outside.
Cool. That sounds great. Yeah, I don't think that most people when you hear the word Palestine, lovely is not the first adjective that comes to mind, but that's a good
true.
sales pitch. It sounds nice.
That's true. But in general, environment, topography, culture, food, it's very beautiful, very lovely.
Yeah. I bet the people are really hospitable too, huh?
Very. And I think that's one of the problems. Usually people, when they come, they gain weight. And you don't have a choice to avoid it, because wherever you go, people will keep feeding you. You have to eat.
Cool. What's Palestinian food like?
Rice is the main thing, but usually rice comes with many other things. It's not like rice alone. Sometimes the rice is stuffed, like grape leaves, zucchini, which is one of the more favorite dishes in Palestine. Chicken stuffed with rice, for example, That's also special. Bread, chicken on a bread with onions, some mac. You made it. It's made with olive oil in a special way. Also, that's a very delicious dish. There is makluba, which is a mixture of rice, cauliflower, potato, chickpeas, carrot. You could add different kind of vegetables to it, and it's with chicken. And also, it's a lovely dish. So there's quite a variety of dishes, but rice is very important, and a variety of green salads, of course.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it's very delicious. I think it's one of the best foods all around the world.
What when you were in Chicago, how did the food compare? Were you missing food from back home, or was it
Of
good?
course, of course. Usually, when I am outside, it's the pizza for me. I don't enjoy other food a lot. I don't have a choice except the pizza. That's the thing, or Italian food. That's what I feel I really can eat. But other American food, you don't have American food. It's hamburger. Come on, man.
Yeah, we only have everybody
It's not.
else's food.
It's not a food,
We have
unless if I don't have a choice.
we have like barbecue. Barbecue is a real American thing, but
Yes, yes, that's true. But the barbecue, the way American is doing it, you do the how? What's the thing? You add the sauce. You have the raw meat, and then you add the sauce to it.
hmm
For us, when we do the barbecue, we mince it with different flavors for a while before we do the barbecue.
oh, okay.
So I miss the taste. That's why I don't like you. You count on the in the sauce mainly when you do the barbecue. But
Yeah.
that's the part I miss when I go to the States. It's delicious. Like I was there before 4th of July, and we had a lot of barbecues all around. So it was a good food, good meat, but it's not the way I like it.
Yeah.
I like it with the spices, different kinds of spices, minced with the spices.
Were you there on 4th of July?
Yes.
Oh, what was that like? What was that like? Being a foreigner and seeing that.
It's fun, especially with the neighborhoods, how they gather in the street. It's not the parades. I didn't like them a lot. I felt it's boring, but the gathering of the neighborhood with their food, doing some nice stuff as neighbors, that was nice. I enjoyed it.
Neat. Do Americans seem like they're more proud than like Palestinians or other people in the world, or did we seem like we were the same as everybody else, or over the top?
I'm not sure about other people. I can't compare them to other people, but I think they are proud. But I can't say more proud, less proud. I don't know.
hmm
Compared to Russian, Chinese, European,
Yeah.
Egyptian, I can't make that comparison. And usually, the pride goes in many different ways.
Yeah.
So also, I can't make that comparison. But I think in general, yes, you feel that they are proud of, and they have the right to be so.
I'm just
And
curious
it's
because
that's something good, not something bad.
yeah, I have a lot of family in France, and one of my cousins came over a few years ago, and in America there's like American flags everywhere,
Oh yeah.
and we're like super proud to be American, and like you said, it's not a bad thing. There's a lot of reasons to be proud to be American, and for 4th of July, it's like that's one of our biggest holidays, and my cousin saw that, and it was so strange for him because he was like in France. We never see French flags. We don't ever say that we're proud to be French, and we don't boast too much. But over in America, we don't have a problem patting ourselves on the back at all.
But yeah, also people, I think they have different way of being proud about their nationality. Maybe you can see it in a good way, but it's only 4th of July. But after that, it disappears in a way. So maybe that could be even negative. You remember that you're super American on that day, and after that, what? So also different way to interpret it. But I'm not sure.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, but like you said, everybody has reasons to be proud, and every country has strong
Yeah.
points. And
For sure, and different way to express it. I think for the Americans is the 4th of July, and they keep make the connection with the September 11. I think it was like the flags. I'm not sure if it was before September 11 the same or no.
Well, I mean, Fourth of July's always been huge, but yeah, you're right. After 9/11, I mean, everybody, I can't remember for how long, but for quite a while, everybody had flags on their cars and their houses, and yeah, we were like really unified and patriotic after that for sure.
Mm. So yeah.
What about in Palestine? Like, do people wave Palestinian flags, or are there any?
On in okay, and when there is national things, yes, different occasions, yes, people will have the Palestinian flags, and also the Palestinian flag is a tool to resist when you are demonstrating against the Israeli occupation. People, the first thing people do is to raise the Palestinian flag.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. One of my friends sent me a picture just the other day. It was crazy. There was an Israeli soldier, and he was walking down the street, and there's like a low wall. On the other side of the wall, there's this little girl. She may be like 8 years old or something, and she had a flag and this huge smile on her face. She was like just super cute, but it was just like a really interesting like mix of all these different emotions and images. It was neat.
Yeah, yeah, because in the past it was you could spend 6 months in a prison for raising a Palestinian flag.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah, before Oslo agreement, that was it.
Mm-hmm. Well, with all of your work, with what you're doing there in Palestine and then what you were doing in Chicago, are you optimistic about the future? Are things moving in the right direction?
I'm not sure if I'm optimistic. No, I don't think things moving in the right direction. But I don't know even, which is makes me more less optimistic. I don't know how to influence that even. But I don't see things going in the right direction.
Yeah. This is maybe like just a crazy idealistic question, but I don't know. Is there something that people from the outside can do to help, or like I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It's not like people haven't tried for solutions for many years
Yeah,
before,
people
but
trying, but again, this is why we like my involvement in the tourism. So people will start really to realize the complexity of the situation here. So maybe they will start to become creative in approaching the solution. And I'm not seeing any creativity so far in trying to reach a solution, though many people trying to help.
mm-hmm. Is it that that there's not good solutions, or is it like an unwillingness? Is it just a lack of understanding of each other?
I think, yeah, the lack of understanding, different interests, different need, and different balance of power. That's
Mm-hmm.
also important to keep in mind when you are dealing with another party that's much way superior than you. What you expecting to achieve?
Yeah. I think that in America we have such a strong connection with Israel that most people don't really try to expand their horizons and learn more about like the reality of Palestine and Palestinians. And that's something that I'd like to be involved in somehow, of just showing people, look, it's okay that we're friends with Israel, but it doesn't have to be at the expense of our relationship with
Or the
Palestine,
Palestinian. Yeah, that's true. That's true. And I think I think more people are starting to realize that, and I know many people who say we love Israel, but because we love Israel, we want to help her doing a better job than what they're doing. So
Mm-hmm.
there are different people approaching things in a different way, but at least the most important that many people realizing that's what's happening on is not the right thing, and it must change.
Yeah, exactly. That's something that I tell people a lot, because there's a lot of Christians in America, and we feel like we have this obligation to the Jewish people because of our heritage, no matter what. And I always tell people, that's fine, but you can't support things that are contradictory to your faith and to how Jesus would act just
Yes,
because you feel
that's
like there's some connection there. And if we have a connection with the Jewish people, we have a connection with the Muslims because we all come from Abraham, you know?
No, not just that. That's one thing. But the other thing, what about the Christians, the local Christians, who's been here since the time of Christ?
Yeah.
Why don't pay attention to them?
Yeah, for sure. I had a professor in college who was a Palestinian Christian, and he had crazy stories. He had a picture of the church, the Christian church that he grew up in, with a
Yeah.
hole in the roof where bombs had fallen because they were on the wrong side of the line. That was crazy.
Yeah. So that's an approach also for those Christians who speak about the situation, that they need to keep in mind that the original Christians, the Christianity started here,
Yeah.
and there are from the people from the first church are still in existence here.
A lot of the big holy sites are in the West Bank, right? Like Bethlehem and
Bethlehem in West Bank, Jerusalem. It's before 67. Yes, most of the holy places were in the area remained under Jordanian control. Nablus, Jericho, most of the biblical stuff, whether even Old Testament, it happened in the West Bank. And in Christianity, there are few places that in Israel, Nazareth, which is Palestinian city, of course, till now, Tiberias, Capernaum, Jaffa.
I bet it's a fascinating place to travel with all the history, huh?
Yes, that's true. History, religion, archaeology, amazing. A lot of things.
What's
A lot of interesting.
Do you have like one favorite place that you like to take people that their eyes just kind of light up when they see it?
No, it's not like one favorite place. I enjoy Capernaum, for example. I like it. Caesarea, I enjoy it. Church of Nativity. But I like mostly I won't say a place. I will talk more about period. I like the Herodian period.
Okay.
Which is the time of Jesus, same time. Almost.
Neat. That's cool. Maybe I'd like to go over there someday.
Okay, arrange a group and come.
All right.
Why you don't start your own group and come with a group?
Hey, that's not a bad idea.
It will be free for you this way.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
My big dream. This is kind of a random idea, but I think I told you last time we talked that I had gone to Iran last year.
Yeah.
And
You told.
yeah, I like just trying to teach people in America, or kind of the same thing that you said, open their eyes to what that place is really like. It's not the same as what we see on the news. So I told somebody I would like to go there, and this would be really hard to pull off. I don't know how I'll do it, but to go and live for like 3 months or something, and turn it into like a documentary or like a web TV show where it's not for political reasons. I'm not going over there to interview people or to, with any certain agenda, but just to live there and say, look, this is what it looks like to make friends, and this is my job, and this is me going grocery shopping, and this is where I like to go eat breakfast, and
daily life.
Exactly, and just to show, hey, I can be an American, because people go, okay, well, you can go there for 2 weeks, but you don't really learn what the place is like. So I want to do that and learn what it's really like. And I was talking to a guy from Gaza a few weeks ago, and he said, you should come do that in Gaza, do it in Palestine, because we would welcome you with open arms. So
that's true.
Maybe I can do that same idea in Palestine.
Yeah, why not? And it will not, I don't think it will cost you a lot. I don't think it's something expensive to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I started emailing people, and what I'd like to do is, if I don't know how hard it would be to get the visa. I don't know, because I think I have to get it through Israel and then be allowed to.
And usually it's not a big deal. You get it at the airport. It's not something you need to apply in advance. You travel. You arrive Tel Aviv airport and you get the visa on the spot. Usually, as in, maybe you will get more questioning because you are alone and young. But if you have good story and you have some Israeli friends, you will not have problem.
Okay. I'll have to do some more Israeli interviews, then make some friends.
Yeah, it's true. It won't be difficult to arrange, even though.
Okay.
Yeah, it's enough to have one guy with the phone I'm coming to visit, or you play stupid. I'm here to see my girlfriends, enjoy the beach.
Okay. That's a good tip.
But usually it's not difficult. No. Usually it's not something difficult to enter, to get the visa, enter, and spend time here.
Okay, cool. He was telling me that it's in, I don't know what about in the West Bank, but he said that in Gaza it's difficult to learn English because there's not very many native English speakers. So I said, hey,
Yes.
help me get a job at a university teaching English, and then that'll be my ticket over there.
But it's difficult for you to go to Gaza through Israel. You need to go through Egypt.
Ah, okay.
And the situation even there, it's not that stable, so not many people can cross. In a way, Gaza is besieged, so it's not easy for people to go through.
Mm. It's a lot easier in the West Bank then, huh?
Yeah, West Bank, because the moment you are entering Israel, you will be in West Bank. No difficulties.
Okay. Well, that's a good tip.
Yep.
All right. Well,
All
is there
right. Yeah.
anything else we need to cover before you get back to daddy duty?
I don't know. If there is anything else you want to check, feel free.
Okay. Yeah, if I think of anything, I'll let you know.
That's good, yeah, man.
All right. Well,
Good
thank you for
idea.
talking to me again, and
Well,
it's fun talking to you. You have a very interesting perspective and interesting stories, so
thanks.
I'm glad people
Gary.
get to see it.
Thanks. And I will wait the link. Send me the link when it's ready.
Okay, I will for sure.
Okay, man. Have fun. Enjoy it.
Yeah, if I can ever be of help to you, just let me know.
I will. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Okay, thanks, Husam.
Welcome.
Bye
Bye.
bye. I hope you guys enjoyed that interview with Husam, and I hope that you agree with me. Like I said, I'm lucky to have gotten to talk to him twice. Such a nice guy. So hopefully having his face to put to the name Palestine or the West Bank, and I don't know, he can maybe humanize that place a little bit in your eyes. So that's what this website's all about. I hope that we accomplished it today, and I hope that you will check back often for more interviews from people around the world. Thanks.